Ever reach for that handy air freshener or pour yourself a glass of water from a reused plastic bottle without a second thought? What about those lovely scented candles filling your home with toxins? Believe it or not, some everyday items around your house could be linked to a higher risk of cancer. Don't worry, this video is not about scaring you, but empowering you. We will uncover some surprising culprits lurking in your home and show you easy ways to swap them out for safer options. And hey, if you've noticed any other items that seem suspicious, share them in the comments. Let's create a healthier home environment together. Number 1. Nonstick Cookware. Nonstick cookware is super convenient, right? Eggs slide right off, and cleaning up is a breeze. But here's the catch. Some of these nonstick pans are made with a chemical called perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, or similar compounds. Now, PFOA is a bit of a troublemaker. When you heat up these pans, especially at high temperatures, they can release fumes. Breathing in these fumes is not great for you. In fact, studies have shown that exposure to high levels of PFOA might be linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, like kidney and testicular cancer. So, what steps should you take to make it safer? First, consider investing in PFOA-free, high-quality nonstick cookware. Look for labels that say PFOA-free or green nonstick coatings made from ceramic or silicone. These alternatives are designed to be safer at higher temperatures and are less likely to break down over time. Additionally, always use nonstick cookware responsibly. Stick to low to medium heat settings and avoid using metal utensils that could scratch the surface. If your nonstick pans are scratched, discolored, or more than a few years old, it's best to replace them. Over time, the nonstick coating deteriorates, increasing the risk of chemical leaching. Remember, your health is worth investing in, so choose cookware that prioritizes safety over convenience. Number 2. Air fresheners. So, some air fresheners release chemicals called volatile organic compounds, VOCs, into the air. These VOCs can mix with other stuff in the air, forming new, not-so-friendly compounds. Breathing in these compounds over a long time might mess with your health. One study found that using certain air fresheners at home could increase the levels of formaldehyde, a known carcinogen, in the air. Now, formaldehyde is bad news because it's linked to cancer and other health issues. Constantly breathing in these chemicals is like giving your body a little dose of something it does not want. Over time, this could increase your chances of getting sick. So what actions can you take to decrease the risks? When choosing an air freshener, avoid products containing phthalates, benzene, and other known toxins. These chemicals can harm your health and contribute to indoor air pollution. And remember that less is more. You don't need to overload your space with air fresheners to keep it smelling fresh. A little goes a long way, and often good ventilation and regular cleaning are all you need to maintain a pleasant indoor environment. It's all about creating a healthier environment for yourself and your loved ones. Being aware of what you're bringing into your home and how it can impact your health is the first step towards making better choices. Number 3. Scented candles. Lots of scented candles are made from paraffin wax, which actually comes from refining petroleum. Lighting up these candles can release toxic chemicals like benzene and toluene into the air. These chemicals are VOCs, similar to what we talked about with air fresheners. Breathing them regularly can be bad news for your health. Now, you're probably thinking, I can't give up my scented candles, what can I do? Don't worry, candles are not off the table completely. You just need to be a bit picky about the candles you choose. Swap out those paraffin candles for ones made from soy or beeswax. Choosing these natural choices means fewer harmful chemicals in the air. Look for candles labeled as 100% soy or 100% beeswax to ensure you are getting the real deal. Another thing to consider is the fragrance. Synthetic fragrances can also contain harmful chemicals. So go for candles scented with essential oils or natural extracts. They will make your home smell just as lovely without the health risks. Also pay attention to candle wicks. Avoid candles with metal cord wicks, as these can release lead into the air when burned. Instead, choose candles with cotton or paper wicks, which are safer options. Lastly, be mindful of how long you burn your candles. Limiting their burn time can reduce the amount of harmful chemicals released into the air. And always make sure to burn candles in a well-ventilated area to help disperse any potential toxins. By making these informed choices, you can continue to enjoy the warmth and ambiance of scented candles while prioritizing your health and well-being. Number 4. Humidifiers. When you use a humidifier, especially if you do not clean it regularly or use it properly, it can become a breeding ground for bacteria and mold. Yep, that lovely mist it sprays out might not be as harmless as you think. Breathing in these nasty microorganisms can irritate your lungs and, over time, could even lead to more serious health issues. Additionally, if you use tap water in your humidifier, it might be releasing minerals and other impurities into the air. These impurities can form a fine dust called white dust, which can settle on surfaces and can be inhaled. While not directly linked to cancer, inhaling this dust irritates your respiratory system and exacerbates allergies and asthma. So how can you enjoy the benefits of a humidifier without the health risks? First, use distilled or demineralized water in your humidifier to minimize the release of harmful particles and reduce the buildup of white dust. Don't forget to clean and disinfect your humidifier regularly, following the manufacturer's directions, to avoid bacteria and mold buildup. And go for humidifiers with built-in filters or UVC light technology that purifies the water and reduces the spread of contaminants. These features make a significant difference in maintaining healthier indoor air quality. Lastly, monitor the humidity levels in your home and use your humidifier responsibly. Over-humidifying can create a damp environment that promotes mold growth and other issues. Aim for a humidity between 30 and 50% for optimal comfort and health. Proper maintenance is the key to maximizing the efficiency and longevity of your humidifier while ensuring a healthier living environment for you and your family. Number 5. Thermal paper receipts. Did you know that the receipts you get from stores are often made from thermal paper that contains a chemical called bisphenol A, BPA, or its alternative, bisphenol S, BPS? When handling these receipts, the BPA or BPS can rub off on your skin. Once on your skin, it can be absorbed into your body. Sounds concerning, right? Both BPA and BPS are known as endocrine disruptors, which means they can interfere with your hormones. Some research even suggests that exposure to these chemicals might increase the risk of certain cancers, such as breast and prostate cancer. Before you start panicking and swearing off shopping forever, let's talk about some simple ways to reduce your exposure. First, if you do not need the receipt, just say no thanks. Many stores offer digital receipts nowadays, which are emailed to you instead. It's a win-win situation, less paper waste and fewer chemicals to worry about. If you do need a paper receipt, try to handle it as little as possible. Use gloves if you're going to be handling a lot of receipts regularly. Also, avoid storing receipts in your wallet or purse for extended periods. The heat and friction can increase the transfer of chemicals onto your skin. It's not just for receipts. Thermal paper is used in other things, like tickets and labels. Being aware of where you might find this type of paper can help you avoid unnecessary exposure. Lastly, when you do need to handle thermal paper, wash your hands thoroughly afterward. Soap and water are your best friends when it comes to getting rid of any lingering chemicals. We've made it halfway through our list, and we sincerely hope you've enjoyed it so far. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button and ring the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Let's move forward with the video. Number 6. Commercial cleaning products. Alright, let's talk about those bottles of cleaning sprays and liquids you've got under your sink. They promise to make your home sparkle and smell fresh, but there's a downside you might not be aware of. Many commercial cleaning products contain harsh chemicals like ammonia, chlorine, and sodium hydroxide. These chemicals can be pretty powerful and release harmful fumes into the air when you use them. One study published in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine found that women who worked as cleaners or regularly used cleaning sprays at home had an increased risk of breast cancer compared to those who did not. The chemicals in these products can also irritate your skin, eyes, and lungs, making you feel pretty uncomfortable. So what can you do to keep your home clean without putting your health at risk? Well, the good news is there are safer options available. You can make your own cleaning mixtures using basic stuff like vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice. These natural ingredients are great at fighting dirt and grime without needing any harsh chemicals. If you would rather buy cleaning products, keep an eye out for ones labeled as green or eco-friendly. These products are made with ingredients that are better for you and the planet. Always check the labels and steer clear of products that contain harmful ingredients like phthalates, triclosan, and synthetic fragrances. By choosing safer cleaning options, you can keep your home sparkling clean while also looking out for your health and the environment. Number 7. Plastic food containers. Plastic containers, especially those made from certain types of plastic like polycarbonate, contain chemicals like bisphenol A, BPA, and phthalates. These chemicals are used to make the plastic more flexible and durable, but they can also leach into your food, especially when the containers are heated or exposed to acidic foods. So, what is the game plan to keep your food and health in check? First, opt for containers labeled as BPA-free, or made from safer plastics like polypropylene, PP, or high-density polyethylene, HDPE. These plastics are less likely to leach harmful chemicals into your food. Secondly, try not to microwave food in plastic containers unless marked as safe for the microwave. When you heat plastic, it can make the chemicals inside leak out faster. Instead, put your food into a glass or ceramic dish before heating it. Lastly, keep an eye on the condition of your plastic containers. If they look scratched, cracked, or have changed color, it's best to throw them away. Damaged containers can let more chemicals into your food, which is not good for you. Remember, plastic can break down over time, especially if left in the sun or exposed to high heat. This can make it more likely for chemicals to get into your food. If you have plastic containers for a long time, think about replacing them. Even if they seem okay on the outside, it's always better to play it safe than to regret it later, especially regarding your health. Number 8. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are in so many diet and sugar-free products, promising to give us sweetness without the calories. Sounds great, doesn't it? But let's dig a little deeper into these sugar substitutes. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose make foods and drinks taste sweet without adding sugar. But here's the twist. Some studies suggest that these sweeteners might have some not-so-sweet effects on our health, including a potential link to cancer. When you consume artificial sweeteners, they break down into various compounds, including some that are potentially harmful. For instance, aspartame breaks down into phenylalanine, aspartic acid, and methanol. Another thing to worry about is how these artificial sweeteners can affect our taste buds. When we regularly eat or drink things sweetened with artificial sweeteners, our taste buds get used to that super sweet taste. This can make naturally sweet foods, like fruits, taste less exciting. Over time, this might make it harder to enjoy the natural flavors of healthier foods. So if you have a sweet tooth, what other options do you have? Consider choosing natural sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, or stevia. These natural options are less processed and don't come with the same health worries as artificial sweeteners. Plus, they can add sweetness to your treats while letting you enjoy the natural flavors of foods without guilt. Number 9. Antibacterial soap. Antibacterial soaps often contain an ingredient called triclosan, or its close relative, triclocarban. Now, these chemicals are great at killing bacteria, but they also have a downside. Recent studies have suggested that triclosan might mess with your hormones and affect your body's natural hormone balance. And guess what? Hormonal imbalance has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, like breast and prostate cancer. Triclosan does not just wash down the drain when you rinse off the soap. Some of it stays on your skin and can get absorbed into your body. Over time, this repeated exposure can add up and potentially increase your cancer risk. Now, before you toss out all your antibacterial products, remember that the FDA banned triclosan and triclocarban in over-the-counter soaps in 2016 due to these concerns. However, you might still find them in some products, especially those labeled as antibacterial. So, what's the alternative? Simple. Stick to plain soap and water. Regular soap is effective at removing dirt and germs from your hands without the need for antibacterial chemicals. Plus, it's gentler on your skin and less likely to cause irritation. Number 10. Moth Balls. Most mothballs contain a chemical called naphthalene or paradichlorobenzene. These chemicals evaporate easily, turning into a gas that repels moths. Sounds harmless, right? Well, not exactly. Both naphthalene and paradichlorobenzene have been linked to health concerns, including an increased risk of cancer. When you store mothballs in closed spaces, like closets or drawers, these chemicals can build up in the air. Breathing in these fumes over time might mess with your health in ways you don't want. Now, it is essential to note that while the risk is there, it does not mean you're guaranteed to get sick from using mothballs occasionally. It's more about long-term exposure and repeated inhalation of these chemicals. Some studies have found a connection between prolonged exposure to mothball fumes and an increased risk of cancers like lung and throat cancer. So what can you do if you still want to keep moths away without putting your health at risk? One option is to look for natural alternatives to mothballs. Cedar blocks or lavender sachets are great alternatives that smell pleasant and keep moths away without using harsh chemicals. If you decide to use mothballs, make sure to read and follow the instructions on the label carefully. Always use them in well-ventilated areas and avoid storing them near food or clothes you wear often. Also, keep mothballs out of reach of children and pets, as they can be harmful if swallowed. By choosing safer alternatives and being careful with mothballs, you can keep your clothes moth-free while protecting your health and the well-being of your loved one. And there you go! Making these small changes in your daily routine can make a big difference in your health and happiness. It's all about being aware of what you bring into your home and how it can impact you and your family. Every little switch you make adds up, and together, we can build a healthier and happier home. So why wait? Start making these simple changes today and take charge of your health one step at a time. Do you have more tips or questions? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments section. Remember, knowledge is powerful. Share what you have learned with your friends and family and inspire them to join you on this path to a healthier lifestyle. Together, we can create a ripple effect of positive change that spreads from our homes to our communities. Let's make the world a healthier place by making thoughtful choices every day. Do you find this video informative or helpful? Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my future videos. Don't forget to like and share. Stay healthy!